Welcome to part two of recording this episode. Rabbit Hole Roundtable Talks. You missed a very good intro I had last time. Right, Wanted?
Yeah, sure.
I'm MK. As you heard, that's Wanted. And today we're going to be talking about some kinky stuff.
Just one.
And then we're going to be talking about some life pro tips that's going to get you
Oh boy.
life. I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Let's just get into it.
So this first post is from our BDSM advice. I need to decide if I should reject someone that approached me at a kink night. TLDR, she asked my number and as I was leaving. She's mid-20s and I'm early 50s. I didn't know her age at the time, but I didn't think she was over 40, that's for sure. Last night I went to a kink night. Ran into some friends there and got to talking to them, etc. I was talking to one of their friends who was definitely cute and I flirted a little, but I wasn't planning on asking her for her number or anything. I did ask to follow her on FET. We did have a good conversation, but I don't know a lot about her. As I was leaving, she asked my number. I said yes because she was so attractive, nice, and I certainly wouldn't have been comfortable saying no. I would have felt like a jerk. Then I got home and looked at her FET profile and she's mid 20s. I asked a female friend about it and she said that this would give her the ick. And other friends of mine, I wouldn't even bring this up with them because I know this will give them the ick. I don't know what this young woman is looking for. Maybe just friends, but maybe she wants a new impact top. So I guess the question is, should I reject any sexual or romantic element of this relationship? And I mean relationship in the very lightest terms, as in two people who know each other. I'm conflicted. I think if you're old enough to drink or sign up for the military, you're old enough to decide who you want to have sex with or get beaten by. But I also don't want to look like a creeper to my friends. Side note, I'm pursuing a relationship with somebody who's 44, just so you don't think I only date women under 30 or something. We've only had one date though, so who knows what will happen. But she looks like good relationship material so far.
Mm. So now I understand what impact top means. All right. So first, before I even start talking, are we recording?
Yes, we are recording.
Okay, good stuff. All right. So my initial thoughts are tell you the story that I told you the last time about my views on like humans. An analogy that I'm going to use is comparing them to like fruits. So you have fruit, right? And basically, you have stages of a fruit's life cycle in a way, in a sense. Just talking about the fruit itself, not the plant. Where it's not ripe, you can't eat it, or you shouldn't eat it, or else you get a tummy ache, or poisoned. And then it transitions into a state where it's like in between ripe and not ripe. And then finally, it's at a point where it's ripe, and then you can eat it. And it stays in that ripe state for like a while until it spoils, right? Okay, so comparing that to humans, I think it's the same thing. There's ages where humans are not ripe and you should not mess with them, right? Um, and now that I'm thinking about it, is more complicated because my personal like morals don't really apply in some
Yeah.
cases. For example, kids dating each other, they're both unripe. Based on my personal like view about ripe fruit, they should not be doing anything sexual with each other until they're both ripe. They could date, of course. Dating is a part of the human experience, practicing social and all that, being social and all that. But I think in terms of sex, that's where this fruit thing is applicable. And I think that humans are fully ripe when they make 25. So to me, after 25, you're fully developed, your brain cognitive functions, everything is locked in. You know, anything that like drinking, smoking that you did previously has already effed up your brain enough. And now it's locked in. So I think like once you're 25, you could date anybody from 25 up. And once you're above 25, you could date anybody below you up until 25. So that's my personal view. And then there's another thing with the 25, I mean, sorry, not 25, your age divided by 2 plus 7 rule, which we kind of iffy about that one. We had a long discussion about it in the last time.
Yeah.
But I think I kind of iffy on it now too, now that I'm thinking about it, or have thought about it more. What do
Because
you
of
think?
the legal ramifications we talked about, or just in terms of like mental state still?
I think in terms of mental state still, because like I still think that, like, for example, when we're talking about the 19-year-old or 18-year-old dating a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
I do think that it's okay for them to date, even despite the whole like weirdness about like, oh, this person is 18 and this person is 16.
Yeah.
But because of the arbitrariness of the ages that were picked, like it's not based on anything. Like mine is based on science. Mine is based on evidence about human brain development. So that's why I picked 25. But like 18 is just a random number that they picked out of the air. So if an 18-year-old and 16-year-old are dating, then I think it's fine as long as they're not having sex. I just think sex should not start until after 25, personally. But we're human beings and we're gonna do what we want. So some people having sex since they were 9.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So I just looked up quickly and they chose 18 because it's the age when people are typically able to vote, work full time,
Yeah,
enter
but that's
into
arbitrary.
contracts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like being able to vote at 18 is also arbitrary because like what scientific backing do you have that people are even at
It's
a
not
cognitive level to vote?
it's not scientific, it's just what they chose. They wanted more voters, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Which is fine. I'm all for people voting. Once you finish with high school, you should be allowed to vote, I think,
Hmm.
because now you're practicing being an adult between 18 to 24. You're
Hmm.
practicing being an adult. So this is part of it in a way.
Yeah.
I guess some people might argue, well, isn't practicing to being an adult also practicing the making stuff? I
Yeah.
don't know. I would say no, personally. Although I kind of wish we had a woman on the podcast to ask a question, which is like their thoughts on men gaining experience before engaging in something like marriage versus men not gaining experience and then engaging in marriage.
I think experience is usually gonna be better regardless, right?
Yeah, that's
I
what I would
feel
think too.
I feel like the biggest issues I feel like it doesn't really matter if you've done it before either. So let's say I used to live with my partners back in like college and stuff like that. We would be rooming together, but we're together. So we know each other, we know each other's like what makes each other tick or whatever. But then I still get married to somebody else, moving with them, I know it's like the same issues, but like new issues all at the same time.
Hmm. So yeah, because humans are kind of the same. Even though everybody wants to think they're unique and different,
Yeah.
generally we have similar issues, similar blah blah blah.
Yep.
What's the youngest you think a person should be allowed to date if they're 50, let's say 52?
I don't even like I don't care enough. Like I don't obviously not under 18 because of society, but I would still say 25.
Hmm. Okay.
It doesn't affect
And
me.
then,
So it's like even if it was affecting me, like if perchance it was my daughter, like 25, dating someone that's 52, I'd be like, whoa. But I'm like, what am I gonna do at that point?
yeah, yeah. You're an adult. That's your life,
Exactly.
basically. Do you think that the age of consent needs to be changed from
Higher?
18 to like a higher number?
Yeah, I think higher would be better.
So age of consent changes, but keep the voting and the drinking the same, you think?
Nah,
I would change the drinking
put
too,
everything up,
personally. Even the voting?
everything.
Mm.
Give them a chance. Like you just got out of high school, now you voting. Like voting on what?
Yeah. Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right. What do you actually know? Yeah.
Exactly. Unless you're gonna start teaching
True.
politics earlier in school, there's no reason for them to be voting right out of high school or even in high
True,
school.
true, true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And in college, to me, college or like that period between 18 and 24 is like you still learning to be an adult for the most part. Some people learn sooner than others, obviously,
Yeah, of course.
but you still in that stage where you're like still a kid, you're still depending on your parents, which by the way, I think it's okay to depend on your parents for your whole entire life,
Yeah.
personally. But you haven't gained full independence yet.
Mm-hmm.
So like based on society, you're not technically an adult. You're
Yeah.
adult acting at best.
Yeah. Hmm.
Do you know that a lot of people, at least in my age group, our age group, I always, I always feel like I'm so much older than everybody. Anyway, in our age group, I feel like a lot of us lost our virginities in college.
Yeah.
I do know some people who lost their virginities in elementary school, but I grew
Same.
up in the hood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I wasn't one of them. I was scared.
I was scared too.
Yeah. So this guy, what advice would you give him for this 20-year-old girl who he doesn't know if she wants to anything? She might just want to be friends.
I feel like he cares too much about what people think. Because even in his side note, he said he dated somebody who's 44 just so you don't think I only date women under 30. No one was thinking that. You're already telling us you're scared
Right.
here. Like, we don't care. Like,
Yeah.
yes, there's like societal like pressures to do a certain thing, but at the end of the day, do what you, as long as you're not hurting anybody, just live life.
Yeah. Just get that consent, you good to go.
Yep. You
You was
already have
also
it.
saying something before,
What's up?
um, about like taking advantage of her or something. I
You
forget what
talked
it was.
about having like a power dynamic,
Mm.
but I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
there is any. She's the one that's pursuing him, or she's the one that
True.
initiated.
True. But he is a lot older, more established.
Yeah, but we don't know what's her lifestyle, what her life is like. She could be set off and ready to go. She could have a life together.
True. True. But yeah, I think that was the only concern I had was like maybe people in the comments were saying that he shouldn't pursue her because like what happens if he leave or something like that. I think that's what you said.
Like leaving them better off than how you found them.
Yeah, like what if he leave and she's actually worse off than how he found her?
I mean, that's a
But I always feel
possibility.
like that's a weird thing to like assume at the beginning of a relationship. Like I don't go with this person and I might potentially leave them worse off. Like that's kind of like self-denigrating in a way.
Yeah, because people are just, in my like current understanding of the world and dating, people are so negative about so many things. It's like, what if this happened, which is negative? What if that happened, which is negative? It's never like, what if we just get married and live happily ever after? Like, no one ever
True.
really thinks that.
True. And
Even
that's why we have positive news at the try end
for
there. Go ahead.
real. Even somebody was like, somebody told me I'm beautiful today. And I was like, get out of here. I'm like, why? Like, that's a good thing. You're already insecure about how you look. Someone's validating you and saying you're beautiful, but because it came from the same sex, it's like it's a problem, and because people were around, it's a problem. Like no, like if someone sees that in you, and they're telling you, I can't say accept it if you don't want to, but like it's not a negative thing to make into a negative thing, you know?
Yeah. You don't have to look for the evil in everything, pretty much.
I guess people are just so mistrusting as well.
Everybody jaded. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, I was actually talking about that today with my wife and like other family members, which is like sometimes I miss the old me where like I just saw like the good in everything and I was like always positive and all that stuff. And even when somebody would take advantage of me, I would be like, well, they probably needed the money, or well, like probably help them to not do that to somebody else. Like I
Yeah.
would always try and find the positive,
Mm.
but as I've gotten more jaded, I'm less likely to do that nowadays.
Yeah. You were more silver lining focused back then.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of sad when that happens. It's like, well, it could be not that bad. You don't have to always be like a negative thing that results from everything.
yeah.
Which is why I'm
But
glad
I
we're
try
doing
to,
positive news because it's like we need to bring more like hopefulness into the world.
yeah, more hopefulness and yeah. I was gonna say something crazy, but then I was like, let's not ruin it. Oh man. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think in the audience? Like, do you think somebody who's, let's say, 52 should be dating somebody who's, let's say, 25? Is it gross? Is it okay? Is it one of those scenarios where it's like we should just all mind our own damn business and let him do what he wants to do? On the other hand, they might not even be pursuing anything. They might just end up being friends, and she wasn't actually looking for anything. So he might be overreacting, honestly. Let us know what you guys think.
Which makes it kind of like I don't want to use the word wholesome, but it's like he's so concerned he didn't just jump on it. I feel that's like a good thing as well.
Yeah, true.
He looking out for her in his own type of way.
Yeah. Technically, he is looking out for himself because he's like, I don't want to be judged,
Yeah, true.
but we'll give it to him.
Yeah. All right. I have two life pro tips. The first one is if Starbucks asks for your email to access Wi Fi, send it to info@starbucks.com. This sends all promotional emails right back to them instead of cluttering your inbox with ads.
Ooh, this would be a nice prank on like somebody you don't like. Just use
Ooh.
their email
Yeah.
or your government officials that you don't like. Wild. But we could also there's a what was that name of that site that you use
Oh,
for like temporary email and then once you close it, it's
I
gone?
didn't use it. You talked about it and it's in the comments. temp-mail.org/en, tempmailo.com, www.emailondeck.com. It's like temporary emails you could use if you have to get a verification code for something.
Nice.
I guess it
Email
just
on deck
blows
is
away.
hilarious.
Wow. Then the last life pro tip is use cookbooks meant for kids. I'm so over complicated, time consuming recipes. I grabbed one of my kids' cookbooks and made a great meal that was super simple and tasted great. So if you don't like cooking because it's such a hassle, try simplifying with recipes made for kids.
um, I don't think a recipe book for PB&J sandwiches. What we talking about right now? But nah, for real though, I agree with this because I don't like cooking. I like it's
Love
just too
cooking.
much. It takes too long. First of all, if I'm cooking and I'm hungry, it's just like, what's the point? I might as well
Wait,
just not eat.
wait, what?
It's like, bruh, I'm hungry. I don't want to take time to cook. I have to inhale all the good smells and I still can't eat.
Yeah.
Now I know how dogs feel when you tell them to sit and wait and you have to snack right in front of their nose. It's like, bruh,
I
stop
love
playing with
cooking
me.
though. I just cooked for like 5 hours today.
See? Look how long that took.
Hey,
Well,
but
technically, a lot.
my family's fed. Yeah, I cooked for like a week, like meal prepping almost.
Yeah. But I think in this case, the simple recipe is good because simple recipes usually mean less steps.
But then overcomplicated. Like, what does that mean? I wish they had like more
Right, right.
details because like if it's just
She's one of those people like, how much is a pinch? Dumbass.
because my thing is I don't like the Chronicles of Narnia before the recipe. I just want the
Yeah,
recipe.
talking about how apples were were humanly engineered to have no seeds, and
Oh my
who
gosh.
cares?
Yeah, I don't care about grandma writing this recipe down. I don't care about any of that. Just give me the ingredients and that's it.
Yeah, your grandma tend to keep it in the family, and you tell the whole internet. Are you two
It
supposed to
don't
care?
matter anyways.
Oh
If
man.
only they want fishing for engagement, it'll be easier. Just recipe and then get it and you go.
Yeah, like all I want to see is a list of ingredients, and that's all I need actually. I don't need nothing else
You wild.
usually. Just tell me saffron. You don't have to tell me how much. You don't gotta tell me a cup of flour. Well, if it's bacon, it's different. But you don't
Yes.
have to tell me like a cup of pepper. Wait, a cup of pepper is crazy.
I think
That's
you should
insane.
start using the Among Us because you talking wild.
A cup of pepper.
She wants to kill everybody.
Imagine. Damn. But yeah, I don't need to tell me how much I need. I just let the ancestors guide my hand.
Yeah,
GG.
for sure.
Whew. Would you use a child's cookbook or would you not?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you let your kids cook?
My kids already are trying to cook now. So this is me cooking all the time.
Okay.
Lead by example, baby.
Yeah. They'll hear like men are. That's like that one thing I watch on YouTube where this guy, he's a chef and his wife is a influencer, I guess. And they were talking about how their son is always like, "Mommy, get out the kitchen. This is something men do
Yeah,
when it comes to cooking." Thought that was cute.
it is. You gotta let them know. Well, it's like two things. One, you can depend on yourself, and two, some gender stereotypes or like roles like that can be more fluid because it helps the whole family.
Yeah, for sure. I think people should play more to their strengths instead of always trying to fit into a gender role.
Yep.
Because there's some women who are very good at managing money. I just try and check in my brain if that's actually true. I think it is. And then there's some men who are really horrible at managing money, and I know that for sure is true.
Yes.
So if you like, for example, in my marriage, I do all the laundry. My wife does almost all the laundry. My wife does almost all the cooking. I hate cooking. She hate washing laundry. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's it. I think these life pro tips were pretty good. The Starbucks one, I already knew actually because I've heard people say this before, like use a fake email for stuff. But this other one I didn't think of. I'll try it.
You're already doing it.
Wait, with a kid book?
Yeah, you just cooking without any care in the world.
No, but that's not a kid book. I just cook based on like instincts.
Instincts, you say?
Yeah, like whatever I remember my grandmother teaching me when I was a kid is what
Yeah,
I could cook.
a cup of pepper. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was obviously a joke. See this? You still have to deal with audience.
Oh boy.
This troll.
Hey, it's been
It's the
18.
same
It's
guy
been
who's
18
like, is
years.
Naruto the one with the pirate ships?
No, Naruto's the one where they wear the white cloaks.
No, I don't even know what that is. Is that Bleach?
Yes, that's Bleach.
Oh, I thought Bleach was black.
Well, the
It changed at the end or something, probably.
yeah, the what do they call them?
Quincy?
The Quincy's have white cloaks, but like the people that they're fighting against also wear white as well. I think.
Oh,
I don't remember the name of it.
bro, I ain't watched Bleach in so long.
They have a new season out.
Why?
It came out last. It came out last year, I believe.
Why?
I don't know. It called like I don't know what it's called either. But yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming through, watching this episode. We wish we had the previous recording. I feel like we did a better job in the previous recording personally,
yeah,
but this one was good.
it was.
Stay tuned. On Saturday, we have a nice special episode coming up. where we're gonna try not to laugh.
Why you spoiling it, man? Don't spoil it.
Oh, cut that out! Cut that out!
Catch you
Take two.
guys later. Peace.
Peace.